James earns millions from internet marketing. Tim's got millions of questions. Welcome to Freedom Ocean. Now, jump on in.
James Shremko, welcome back to the Freedom Ocean, Australia's #1 podcast for would-be, could-be, beginners and intermediate internet marketers. How are you, mate?
I'm awesome. And don't we have a great cross range of listeners?
We do. We absolutely do. We have, I think that's interesting in itself, because I host another podcast called Small Business Big Marketing, and that's been around for 2.5 years. And I know for a fact, by the way, for those of you who are going, well, who's the other bloke? I'm Tim Reed, affectionately called Timbo. So hello. But we have a lot of small business owners who have come across into the Freedom Ocean from Small Business Big Marketing. And so therefore, and what I know about them is that they are beginner internet marketers, or even just maybe sniffing around the edges, whereas people who have come in from your sources...
from the internet side, they're actually learning how to run a business from their internet marketing skills, so they're coming at it from a slightly different angle.
Correct.
And that's one of the classic flaws of most internet marketing trainees, is they don't really have any business experience, or they don't know how to run a business. So I'm very business minded the way that I approach internet marketing. Mm-hmm. And I think that's probably why we found quite a good selection. We've got people from both sides, and we try to keep things simple, but we're still appealing to advanced internet marketers, because we do drop the occasional gem in there. We hide it. You have to listen very carefully.
Yeah. And look, you do. In last episode, you geeked out. You went down the geek track, and every now and then we just got to watch that, because early episodes we actually made fun of that and got the phone book out and belted each other over the head with it as soon as we started talking about acronyms or technical speak, of which this industry is full of it. But we try not to do that. And I think it is a good mix. I think I love it, because I know that the small business owners who come across from Small Business Big Marketing podcast are desperately wanting to be internet marketing savvy, because they see the kind of results that the internet marketers are getting from inquiry and from generating traffic, etc. And
I think also it helps that your co-host on that program, Lukey, he's one of my go-to technical guys for internet marketing knowledge. He loves that stuff, doesn't he? He's right into the techie stuff. He's got more tools and software items probably than I've had access to. So I listen to your Small Business Big Marketing to pick up on the internet stuff too.
Lukey Moulton's got one of the biggest toolboxes going around, James. He is he's fantastic at it, and that's why for Small Business Big Marketing listeners, I think that's why that show works and rates so well, is because Luke is a genius at all that technical stuff, and I just sort of start to break out in a cold sweat and lose control of my eyes. They go cross-eyed and do all
That's
sorts
what's been
things.
so fun with me working with you with the internet stuff. We literally do screen shares where I'm either making a custom video for Timbo, or I'm walking you around the screen live. But something very interesting, have you noticed that quite often we'll tackle something that I've never even seen before, but we just figure it out anyway, because we have this unshakable faith that everything can be resolved. It just takes a little bit of thinking and maybe a few tries this way or that way to get the result, which is something we experienced when we were trying to put your video online.
Absolutely, but we got there. And, James, as this episode goes to air, we're out in the future somewhere, because you will be in Manila and I will be lying in a hammock or a deck chair in far north Queensland in Port Douglas. So we're recording this like we did episode 19 just before we went away, and these two episodes are going to roll out over the next couple of weeks, which leads me into talking about what we're here to talk about for episode 20. Last episode, we sort of established that Amazon S3 was a fantastic place to host your media files, your website, video files, audio files, PDFs, whatever turns you on. And this episode, we wanted to dig a little bit deeper on that and talk about some third-party bits of software that are going to make that experience with Amazon S3 easier and more efficient. And you also dropped a very, very intriguing line in the last episode, which was basically around the fact that, you could now lie in a hammock somewhere and go and create some pretty good product based around whatever your passion is, using these tools that we're going to talk about today, and that's pretty that's mouth-watering stuff for the would-be internet marketer. Do you want to talk about what you meant there?
Yeah, I'm just saying that you've got the weaponry required to actually put information into an automated format, and especially in the form of video and audio. We do it with podcasts. I mean, we do 30 or 40 or 50 minutes per week to get our Freedom Ocean podcast operating as an information source. Mm-hmm. But once we've recorded it and sent it off to Liam, hi Liam, awesome. Hey, we should ask him to insert a sound effect.
Yeah, here. We do love doing that. The listeners probably think it's completely daft, but Liam
But it's about having a good relationship with your team.
Absolutely. And Liam is our number one editor, producer, sound guy, and he does a fantastic job of making my voice much sweeter than James.
Well, mine's normally sweeter straight off the bat. And then he has to sweet. We do what's called a double-headed recording, where we both recorded our own end, and then Liam joins them together in this elaborate track. But anyway, back on topic. Once Liam has produced this fantastic recording, it then gets put into Dropbox and we send it off to Ninjaville. Mm-hmm. And our lovely ninjas upload it to Amazon S3 and put it onto our blog at freedomocean.com, and then iTunes picks it up automatically. So I guess my point is, we do the half an hour of talent, if you want to call it that.
Content.
Probably more the Tim side, yeah. But we do our half an hour of work, but then after that, it's up on iTunes 24/7. It's always there, and people can go and listen to old episodes that we may have recorded months ago, but it's still up there. So we've done the work once, but we get a leveraged and repeat payoff. Mm-hmm. Now, the same is true for information products in the form of video. So we could literally sit down with a PowerPoint slide deck, create 10 modules on whatever our specialty is. It could be the finer details of woodworking.
Which is where this discussion came from. I had literally, you and I had literally, before we hit the record button last episode, worked through the process of getting my marketing masterclass sorted out. So as I said, no problems creating content around marketing. Love it. Love sharing marketing information. Massive problems, massive hurdles, blockages getting it online, getting the hosting sorted out, getting that ScreenFlow video into a video player. I mean, these are blockages, and that's what I really want to focus on today, which is to say, whilst I'm still not going to say it's the easiest thing in the world, if you take your time and work through it, it's not as hard. So I'm going to.
I'll tell you what, though, Tim. If we ask you in 6 months' time, how's your production workflow?
Look out!
You'll be like, oh yeah, it's fine, it's great, and we'll say, is there any, is it difficult? Any blockages? No. I make the video, I load it up, I make a player. The other thing is, your team can do it. I didn't tell you that before, but when I make new products, all I have to do is put it in Dropbox.
Yeah.
And it can get uploaded to, this is what they did to create memberships for my site, because we give away some bonuses for stuff from time to time. What I did is I actually sent them the DVDs.
All right, James, that is it for episode 20 of Freedom Ocean. I'm Timbo Reid. That is James Schramko, and this has been Freedom Ocean. So until next time, see you, James, and safe flying, mate.
See you, Timbo. Same to you.
Bye.
Thanks for diving into the Freedom Ocean with James Schramko and Tim Reed. You've just come that little bit closer to living the life you choose. Please keep in mind that the ideas, opinions, and information shared in the show are those of the hosts and do not reflect those of their past employers. And as far as future employers go, well, they're both pretty much unemployable.